In today's video, I'm going to show you how to forage and make your own Yaupon tea for a week. This much. I'm going to show you from the beginning to the end. And definitely watch until the end because there are some guest appearances from some rad herbalists. I'm going to forage enough Yaupon for a week. So again, when I forage to make the tea, I forage the young leafy growth, so the bright green. See that? And I'm gonna fill up probably half of this basket for a week's worth of Yaupon. And then that way, you know, if you do this, you don't have to buy any tea, any imported tea or coffee. You can just come out here, forage your own tea for a week, which is definitely the way to go. It only takes about 5 minutes to forage your tea for a week. And probably about 10 minutes to make it. So it's just, if not easier, to forage and make your own Yaupon tea or your own caffeinated tea as it is going to the grocery store and buying it. Alright, so in just really less than 5 minutes, I foraged enough Yaupon for the week with some Japanese honeysuckle. And that's the fun thing about foraging your own Yaupon to make tea. Milo's crying. To make tea, because you can forage other things, other flowers or other herbs, and make it special. Alright, it's Yaupon picking time. And this is the beautiful green Yaupon that I foraged today. Move this out of the way so you can see the tray. And now all you have to do is remove the leaves from the stem, and I use my index finger and my thumb, and I just pull them off, and it's kind of fun. It's actually really fun. It reminds me of pulling the leaves off of the mimosa and throwing them up as a kid. If you want to dry Yaupon, you could, but I recommend removing the leaves from the stems first. But we're going to bake this because we want to make the tea in one day. We want to make our Yaupon tea for a week. All right, so this tray is about done. Can you smell this? And I want to say that I did not wash this Yaupon because it's high up off the ground, and so I don't think an animal peed on it, and I don't think that there's anything that I have to worry about with this Yaupon. If there are any pathogens on this, they'll probably die when I bake it. All right, so tray number 2. This tray. Okay, so here's the second tray. So I have 2 trays of Yaupon, and I foraged enough Yaupon to do 2 trays in about 5 minutes. It took me about 5 minutes to fill these 2 trays, and then I'll bake it for about 10 or 15 minutes at 230. And then I'll make my Yaupon tea for a week. How cool is that? It doesn't take that much time. Probably the same amount of time as it would take you to go to the grocery store and buy some tea. So this tray will actually be for just drying the Yaupon green. So then I can compare the taste between the baked and the green Yaupon with the April harvest. Alright, so it's really early in the morning and I cannot wait to have this freshly harvested and dried Yaupon. And this is what I baked in the oven yesterday. And so I use my French press to make Yaupon tea. It's my favorite way. And usually what I do is I just fill the bottom of the French press with a layer of the Yaupon. And so the blender that I use is a really old blender, and so it got some of the material really small, the Yaupon, perfect, you can kind of see, and then there's some big leaves, but that's okay. As long as the majority of it is broken down. You can use your hands if you don't have a blender. But this is, enough Yaupon for a week if I do some single cups. But I think this actually, I could make a French press every day for 5 days with this amount. So I just fill up the bottom of the cup with a French press. And then I want you to, of course I want you to try this, but I want you to see what you can add to it, to increase the flavor profile. So I'm going to pour the hot water over this Yaupon. Let it steep for about 10 minutes. You could let it steep for 5 minutes. It just depends on how dark you like your tea. And so I'll wait for that color change. And so as you're making your tea, think about, is there anything you can add? So this is jasmine, Arabian jasmine, what my mother-in-law Sophie calls fuli, because in Cyprus they grow it and it's called fuli. And her mother, my husband's Yaya, brought it back from Cyprus. And she showed it to me, and I fell in love with it ever since. She showed it to me, and it is what they use in China and Japan to scent green tea. So my water is boiling. I'm gonna get it. This is my awesome tea kettle that my sister gave me. And I'm gonna pour it over this Yaupon and my French press. And so the reason why I love my French press is because it makes about 3 cups of tea. So 1 cup in the morning, 1 cup, maybe mid-morning. I can't drink that much caffeine. So I'll do 1 cup in the morning, and then I'll do 1 cup iced in the afternoon and give my husband Vasily. So you can see it's steeping. I'll use my spoon to kind of get the herbs in motion, to get the Yaupon in motion. And what this does is it helps to expose all of the leaves, all of the Yaupon to hot water, and it's gonna extract more goodness, more of the antioxidants and the theobromine. Look at the beautiful color already, okay? And this is what you should be doing if you live along the coast, okay? You can cut your ecological footprint down. You can reduce, I should say is a better word, reduce your ecological footprint by foraging your own Yaupon. It's so easy, and this is my gift to you, all right? I used to sell Yaupon tea, and actually it's what helped me form the school, because I love teaching people about Yaupon more than I did selling the tea. I didn't even really care about how much money I made. I just cared about letting someone know how amazing this plant is and trying to inspire them to drink it. Look how pretty. Like I might even drink this after 3 minutes, because that's already a gorgeous color. So now I'm gonna put the jasmine flowers in there. You could do lemongrass, orange peel. That's actually a really good idea. I wish I had some orange peel. I'm looking around. Ginger, just look at what you have around your house. You could even do apple slices, and I don't want to give away all my secrets, but I'm a sharer and a lover, so I will. But in the summertime, I love foraging Yaupon and then making fresh Yaupon tea with peach slices and cinnamon and a little bit of honey and ice. And it's like so good, so good. Okay, now I want to show you something else that's important when you pour your Yaupon tea. I recommend getting small tea glasses or tea mugs like this, okay? This is a better size. This is a better amount for you to drink. I want you to drink this Yaupon tea that you make slowly with gratitude and be open and see how it affects your body. Now I'm gonna pour it. I wish you were here with me. And I'm gonna smell it first. I'm gonna smell the steam. I'm gonna connect with the essence of the plant. Very earthy, grounding. So one thing I should say about Yaupon is it doesn't have any tannins in it. And so it's not as bitter as a green tea, or doesn't have that astringent aftertaste that green tea does. And at first I really missed that because I am a big, or was, I should say, a big green tea drinker. But I got used to it. I got used to Yaupon, and I will admit that I like my Yaupon tea with a little bit of honey and lemon. But a lot of my students don't like honey in their Yaupon tea, and I have mad respect for them, right? Just drink it simple, drink it plain. But I have some footage of CoreyPine, Shane, and Seven Song tasting Yaupon, South Carolina Yaupon, for the first time on my front porch when they came to visit last weekend. And I recorded them because I thought it would be awesome to hear two herbalists, their point of view on how it tastes, how they experienced Yaupon, and expressed their thoughts on this cup of Yaupon tea that I shared with them. All right, so here we are with CoreyPine and Seven Song. And so Seven Song is the founder and director of the Northeast School of Botanical Medicine, and CoreyPine is the founder and director of the Blue Ridge School of Botanical Medicine. And so here we are. They are staying here botanizing. So I thought it would only be right if I made you guys some Yaupon tea. And then I thought, hey, let's see what they think about it. And you guys can get the herbalist taste and an experience. So they are trying South Carolina wild Yaupon for the first time. Not their first time drinking Yaupon, but their first time drinking Yaupon from James Island.
That is probably my first time in like 12 years or something. So.
Well, cheers.
Excited. All right, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Ooh,
A hint of wood smoke.
really doesn't have tannins.
No, it's
Oh,
kind
it
of
doesn't
flat.
have tannins, but I thought like, oh, it'd be tannic.
Very slightly sweet. Very smooth.
It is very smooth. That's what I
Vegetable.
yeah, earthy, kind of earthy.
Yeah, like very earthy.
Yeah, it definitely has that kind of chlorophyll you can taste in a lot of other plants. Like you can taste like that almost spinachy nettles flavor in the background of it.
Just like a little hint of spiciness. Just like little. Are you getting that? Like just little like.
Sorry, but that was actually
Good.
on top of it all was just really tasty.
Good.
I haven't had caffeine in 2 years, so let me see how that's
Yeah,
gonna be
let's see
harder
how
to
you
tell.
fit.
Actually, though, maybe I feel slightly because I tend to feel caffeine pretty fast,
Me too.
and maybe I feel a little bit stimulated, which kind of means that I've stopped my caffeine fast.
Yeah, you just did,
But
but a
it's
good
not-
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yaupon has theobromine in it, which is the same thing that's in dark chocolate, so it's mood enhancing.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
No wonder I feel like all of a sudden I'm out of Ithaca and South Carolina. All of a sudden it feels warmer and
Yeah, right?
front porchier.
Front porchier, yeah, southern.
Yeah,
Very southern,
Yeah.
yeah.
You see, like the cynicism is starting to go down a little bit.
All of a sudden, it's all making sense.
Awesome.
Tasty.
Well,
Thank you
thank
very
you
much.
guys.
Yeah,
You're
thank
welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you got to try it. And so I will tell you one thing. When the first time I started drinking it, I started adding wax myrtle because I miss the tannins so much.
Interesting.
And the wax myrtle made it more of like a green tea experience for me almost.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. Those two are really good together. But yeah, the Yaupon overall I think is really healthy if you drink like just a small little cup like that. Moderation. Anyway, well, thank you guys for showing up, and I hope you guys have a ton of fun out there botanizing.
Yeah. All
right.
April.
Peace. So we are out on the front porch, and Van is usually behind the camera, but not right now. I figured since she just edited the video on how to forage and make your own Yaupon tea, she should definitely try it, and she told me she'd never tried it before. So she's about to take her first sip. Yeah, earthy and bitter, like you said in the video, definitely that. It's really good. It's kind of like green tea, but like, I don't know, it just tastes better. Yay. So would you drink it as your morning cup of tea?
I definitely would, yeah. I think it would be nice to have in the morning as like just to wake me up.
Yay.
But yeah, I would totally drink this.
Yay. Thank you for trying.
Thank you for making it for me.
Of course. When you have fresh Yaupon, it's really hard not to drink it when you have fresh Yaupon tea. So I did start drinking it already when it was really hot, and I just wanted to tell you that it is perfectly earthy. It's earthy, a little bitter. Let me see if I can pick up on anything else. I feel like Yaupon is mostly earthy and bitter. Very grounding. Very, very grounding. It's a great taste just to put you into your body, start your morning out with a cup of Yaupon tea, increase your vitality by drinking freshly foraged Yaupon from where you live, if you live along the coast in its range. If you don't live along the coast and within its range, you can order it. And I highly recommend Yaupon Brothers. They're one of my favorite companies. There's also Cat Spring Yaupon in Texas, and then Asi Yaupon in Savannah, Georgia. So cheers. Here's to fresh Yaupon daily, or actually, it's better not to do something every single day. Here's to fresh Yaupon weekly, and to not hardly ever buying imported tea and coffee if you live along the coast, and just drinking your native. This is my supply for the rest of the week. I'm just gonna make sure it's all the way dry. It feels completely dry, but I'll probably leave it like this until this afternoon, and then I'll jar it up. And I have my Yaupon tea for a week, and it's super easy. And if you do it, it will improve your health. Okay, if you're already drinking caffeine, this is a really gentle form of caffeine because it's released in your body gradually versus coffee, which just hits your body all at once. And, you know, it's not going to release cortisol in your body, which is a stress hormone, like coffee does. It has theobromine in it, which is mood enhancing. It's the same thing that's in dark chocolate. It's loaded with saponins, which are phytochemicals that protect your body from cancer. And there's been research done on Yaupon that shows that it is effective against colon cancer and respiratory types of cancer. And so if you have a history of colon cancer in your family, definitely drink Yaupon tea. And it has a long shelf life. So anyway, Yaupon tea is amazing. I can't say enough about it. And as I said in the first video, so if you haven't watched the first video, I recommend watching that, how to forage it. So watch that video, how to identify and forage it, and then this video is all about making the tea. But the indigenous people made this video possible because without them, I would have never known how amazing this plant was. I don't think I would have went up to Yaupon and been like, "You're a caffeinated plant, okay? You're an amazing plant." No, the indigenous people knew about Yaupon. And the Europeans and the settlers recorded what they noticed or what they thought they knew about Yaupon, because there's way more to this plant and the connection with the indigenous than meets the eye, or that met their eye. But I won't get into
So
that.
if you like this video, definitely share with your friends, because I think everyone should be drinking Yaupon tea, right? We want everyone, especially who lives in its range, to drink Yaupon tea. So hit share. It's very easy to share this YouTube video. Hit subscribe if you like this content, if you like the video, and I'll keep showing up for you. And leave a comment. Hit like. Show me some love. All right. Peace.